Yes, Sirski. Yes, Sirski. It's your boy Desto Dubb. It's an awful lot of it. Check me out here on the Bootleg podcast, showing y'all how to make nothing into something.
Bootleg podcast special guest, man. My guy Desto is here, man. What's up? Welcome.
Awful lot of it. Yes, Sirski.
Hey, it's crazy, man, because we were just talking off camera about how the pandemic really changed things for you and I, right? Mm-hmm. So for people who don't know, I think a lot of people kind of got hip to you originally because you were kind of like Pump's LA guy.
Yes, sir.
So like Peak Little Pump, you were always with Pump, and you had always had. That's an awful lot of cough syrup. It started with the Dickie shit, right?
Yes. Well, I started with like a T-shirt that I made. You know what I mean? It was just a T-shirt that I made. I got arrested like probably like 4 years ago or whatever. The cop pulled me out the car and he said, "Hey, that's an awful lot of cough syrup," because he found all the pints in the back seat of the car. You know what I mean? And then from then on, it's just always been like this viral clip. And then I always made clothes. So one day I'm just like, I'm steadily like bleaching and tie-dyeing other people's clothes and trying to like do stuff to other people's stuff, but I never had nothing that was mine. And then I literally was just there one day like, bro, why don't I just put this on a shirt? Like, that's an awful lot of cough syrup. And then ever since then, I put it on a shirt. Started with one T-shirt. I used to catch the bus to the Slauson Swap meet. I'll get them heat pressed on, make like 12 shirts, give away 10, sell 2. The 2 I made, I'll use 2 I sold. I'll use that money to make another 12.
Damn. And it's crazy too, because like during that era, like that was when like lean was really booming. The drug use in hip hop. I mean, it still is, right? But I mean, like
it was like, yeah.
It was like really booming. But it's crazy that all kind of started from an actual interaction you had from getting arrested.
Turned the negative to the positive, people.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Did you end up doing time over that?
No. I got a lawyer, got everything situated. Kind of was like a DA reject. I don't know where that came from. Like, this isn't even my car, bro. I'm using somebody else's car. Did y'all plant that there? I have no recollection that was ever there.
That's a beautiful thing, man. But I know you had like an option. There was a point in time where you could have went on the road with Lil Pump, but instead you didn't, right?
Yeah, well, it just got to a point where like me and Pump was so close because he was literally like, when you booming at first and as an artist, LA is like the capital of the music game. You know what I mean? You can do more here in a month than in a day than you could do anywhere else in a month. So he was living out here, he was being out here a lot, and I just, I always messed with him because he always like a good dude, you know what I mean? A good kid, actually. He wasn't even
he was a child.
Like 15. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just knowing these LA streets and how they are. I just told him bro, I don't want nothing from you at all. Never have. I never take anything. I don't want nothing. Right. I just want to make sure you safe, bro. Like make sure you safe, because we was just coming off the No Jumper tour. Mm-hmm. And that's when I literally, they was on tour. I bought a van, filled it up with merch, and just followed the tour all the way around. And
that was super early, because that was even before No Jumper had really, really blown up.
Yeah,
before
this
Adam,
was super early. This was
because it was
like
him, Smoke
underground.
Perp, Adam was a Cam Girl on that tour.
Cam Girl, everybody, Smoke Perp, Pump. Yeah, all of them.
And that's crazy. Like, because that was before Pump was even Pump. Because I met
That's
Pump,
when Perp was the big one.
Because I met Pump at my homie Trapzilla's crib in Panorama City.
Trap.
Because I used to go over to Trap's house and pick up packs, and like you would go over there and they'd be like
all these little viral kids that
like fucking 6ix9ine or Pump or Smoke Perp or Fat Nick or whoever the fuck, Germ. Like it was like, bro, it was like the SoundCloud castle.
It was like what is that one movie called Speaker City or something?
There's just fucking pounds of weed everywhere, fucking
dogs, kids,
just all kinds of wild shit going on in Panorama City. And I met Lil Pump, and I was like, yo, this is crazy, because this is like a child. Like
kid, bro.
Bro, yeah. It was a wild time, but I just I had Fat Nick up here a few days ago, and I told him, I was like, hey, bro, not for nothing, but whenever I talk about 2017, end of 2016, 2017, 2018, I always kind of refer to it as like the dark age of hip hop. It was like when
Like half emo, half hip hop. Like,
it was like, yeah, it was that, and it was also the age of like people were just getting signed over IG antics. Like there was like, I think Supreme Patty got a record deal. You know what I'm saying? Like there was like it was the dark age for the music industry because there was so much bullshit that was getting signed. Like think about what was that kid's name that we talked about? Who said he was a clone? Like Kid Boo got a fucking record deal and his music is terrible. Like he got signed.
All of them kids.
It was
got
just
record
so
deals.
much shit. And you know what it was everyone was trying to get the next pump.
They realized at that time that, okay, we're looking for people that make music to build them a fan base. When we have these kids that's on Instagram that already have fan bases.
They have followers though.
Followers equals fans. So
Sometimes,
that's like instead of,
sometimes, not always.
well, back then.
Yeah, sometimes.
At that time, if you had 1 million or not even 1 million, you could have 300,000, but your antics was getting you 20,000 a week, 10,000 a week. Your engagements, that's what they're looking at, your engagements, your followers, how many followers you're getting, how many people are watching this post. And they're just same thing with YouTube, same thing with MySpace. People were getting signed off of these things. Instagram was just a new one.
You'd be like, dude, like it'd be like guy like Little Nar, right? Who's a good dude, right? But he would just do wild shit on IG and got a record deal because he was just blowing shit up and firing bazookas and just doing all kind of ill shit. And it was like, man, like what happens when the music doesn't match the fuck shit? Because if eventually you got to come through with that music.
Eventually you do, and some people,
because you can't just keep outdoing yourself on Instagram because then you're gonna end up in prison. You're gonna end up in prison.
Burn yourself out.
Yeah, you're gonna end up like the what was that dude? The John Gabbana dude. What he used to go by? Boot Gang. You're gonna end up like that fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
went too crazy.
But it's crazy because you were really a part of that whole era.
Yeah, I was there with
Integrate.
all the kids.
You were there, bro.
I was there orchestrating, making sure they were straight, making sure they didn't take too much of that, do too much of this. You know what I mean? Like I was around all of them. That's when people don't even know I did tattoos. So like, a lot of these kids, like I tatted Boom Gang face before. I tatted Pump face. I was tatted Smoke Perp. I tatted a lot of people. I even tatted Nipsey. So like a lot of these people, like when that phase was going on, I was going around them, selling them probably weed, probably going around them doing their tattoos. You know what I mean? Going around them, selling them my merch or giving them my merch. Because if they wear it and they got a fan base,
it's over.
their fans know about it.
It's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like kind of being the adult in the room in a lot of those situations?
Just really like, bro, y'all tripping. There's just a lot of bro, y'all trippings. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would partake in certain stuff, but it was really like, even though I was the adult, they really like Pump, bro. He had this Instagram shit broke down to a science. Mm-hmm. Like to a science. You'll think he was just, no, I'm doing this. No, he knew that like if I did this with that, then this would happen.
Yeah.
He got himself signed off of Instagram. You know what I mean? Like he knew how to get the people to watch videos. Like we done literally sat down and spent like an hour or two just creating a scenario just so that he can make a fucking 30-second video to post that'll go viral. That's how he went from a couple of 100,000 followers to like 17 million.
Mm-hmm. It happened fast.
You know what I mean?
The Pump shit happened fast.
Every antic or something that he would do, it will blow him up. He'll get more followers. He'll get more fans. He'll get more engagements. He'll get more money. Everybody can't relate Instagram into money. He's actually transferring them likes, views, engagements into actual hard cash.
What do you think, like, because obviously Pump is still going to be able to make money off of music forever, or at least off of being Little Pump. But I think that like the potential of Pump and where he is now probably aren't where we all thought it was going to end up, right? Where do you think like Pump shit kind of went left for him? Like I'm not saying he's like down bad or anything, but him and Perp, like obviously I assume Pump was going to be a superstar.
You know what happened? This is what I think. Pump, like honestly, he records every day. Like every time I call him, he records every day. He stopped putting out music. Had to, like he has a fan base, bro. Like he has this star power about him that if anybody between a certain age sees him or knows of him, a week later they're gonna be mimicking something that he does. You know what I mean? So when he went to music, this is what I'll be trying to get around to too. When he a lot of people put energy into what they want. You know what I mean? You want to be a rapper, you want to be this, you're gonna put energy into it. But if you took that same energy and put it into anything else, You probably be way more, up than what you think you was. So like he was recording this stuff, but he wasn't putting the music out. So it was just like, it's just like working out every day, but not like just being in the house. It's not going to anything. When
you're not feeding those fans,
you're not feeding the fans.
They go into other rappers.
And they want music, bro.
Yeah.
Like even it good, bad, whatever it is, you just got to keep pumping it out.
I feel like 6ix9ine benefited from Pump kind of stopping putting out as much music
because he started putting out.
Because he was kind of like an evolution of what Pump was doing on the internet.
Yeah, but he just went south because he went super gangster.
But exactly,
he just went super south. He like went super gangster when it was like, bro.
Were you around 6ix9ine at all back when he was coming to LA?
I did like a show before,
because I know he was in LA a lot.
Yeah, he was, but like I wasn't really around them and that. You feel me? Like already at that point, I was just making sure Pump was straight at all times.
How's your relationship with Pump now?
Oh, we're great. I can FaceTime right now. He pick up on the first call. He calls me, asks about my daughter. Every time he has a show, he asks me if I want to go. Like, hey, bro, we're going to Dubai. I'm like, man, I can't go to Dubai. My wife would start tripping. I just jump up and go to Dubai with Lil Pump today. You know what I mean?
Baby, I'm going to go to Dubai with this crazy
Pump
bastard.
Going to Dubai next week. No, you're not.
Yeah.
And I got a newborn now, so it's like, I got daddy duties.
I remember there was a certain point in time where you obviously being associated with being the lean guy.
Yeah, I was a juice man.
I know the first rapper that I saw kind of come out as someone who I knew every time I would see was fucking high off his ass was Mozzie. Mm-hmm. Mozzie did the Kick the Cup shit, right?
Yeah.
And I know some people were like, man, that's corny, whatever, but I thought it was dope. But I remember when you posted that, I was like, this is big, man. Because you got a whole different grip on some of these kids and the way they look up to you. And I know that that's not an easy thing to stay off of. I mean, I'm not saying people don't relapse, or they don't fuck up, or because that's a hard.
It's just bigger to like whether you do it or you don't. The biggest part is not to do it in the public eye,
not to glorify it, right?
Yeah, like not to like honestly, bro. I can sit right here, take a picture, promoting my album, do whatever, promoting my clothes. It'll do whatever it'll do. Now, if I was to put a bottle of lean, a double cup, or actually put me pouring the lean while I'm telling something,
gonna get more likes, more views,
300, 400,000 more views than more views than the regular one. But the thing again is like, bro, like I'm not just trying to I got brothers. So when I see my little brother pouring up, spending his money on trying to sip, and it's like these kids don't know what they doing. They grabbing anything and just pouring it in a soda. So that's when I kind of step back from just glorifying it or like putting it out there. You know what I mean?
I also feel like you look a lot healthier, man.
Hell yeah. Bro, that people don't really know, that shit really takes you over. I went from 170 pounds to 250. You know what I mean?
That's what Q was saying. Q was like, bro, I had to get off that shit because I was getting fat.
Bro, you get so big and it's not even the lean, it's the soda.
Because you're drinking so much soda every day.
Drinking so much soda, bro. 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 ounces a day, a 2 liter, 2 liters a day. All that's going in your face, going in your body. And then it fucks up your inside, bro. To a point where I was using the restroom and it was blood.
Oh, wow.
Like they don't tell you about that part. You'll be spitting and it'll be blood in your spit, and that's normal. That's normal. And it's nah, bro, this can't be cool.
Was it hard to, because, obviously with any sort of opiate, it's not the easiest thing
Hell
to
yeah,
shake.
it's hard. But then you just kind of
get through the withdrawals.
Yeah, you'll get through it. It's I'm not saying you just go cold turkey. That's when it fucks you up. But you go from
that's when you might go to the hospital.
You pouring a pint a day to now I'm only doing you'll do an 8 a day.
Right.
Then from there you'll just do a cup whenever your stomach start really hurting. And then after that you just kind of tone it down to where you probably only sipping once a day. Then you sipping once a week. Then it's to you really don't even sip like that.
Yeah, I feel too, that era of hip hop where the drug use and the lean use was ultra glorified. Back then, I mean, fentanyl was always a thing, but I feel now it's really a...
Yeah, that's another thing that slows you down on a lot of that shit.
Bro, you might fuck around and wake up dead, bro.
Yeah, but they don't be putting the fentanyl in the drink. But it's just the prices of drink so high, and then
the price of drink so high, you go to pills to try to get matched.
Go to pills, and then the pills is fake, laced. You know what I mean? You don't know what you get nowadays. So it just kind of just best to just stay away from all that shit, bro.
So talk about, because for people who don't know, you took the clothing brand from being downtown, setting up shop in your van that was always getting. How many times did this van get broken into?
Bruh, the van will get broken into at least like 2 or 3 times a month.
Which is gotta, man.
Because that's the thing. I stayed in an apartment building, and the apartment building didn't have parking for the van. It's only, it only had car parking. So I would park next door to my apartment building in a parking lot. And it was an open public parking lot that you could just pay and park your car. And then I would sit there all day grinding. And then at night, you got to understand, half of the break-ins was just smokers. Just a smoker who will probably walk past during the day, see this motherfucker jumping, come back at night, and ain't nobody there. Now they trying to pry their way up in there. And the crazy part, I had it reinforced. I had the back door reinforced. I had, these vans that go seat and it's open. So I had like a cage. I literally built a cage where I kept all the merchandise. Didn't stop them. They'll break into it just to try to steal some pennies out of the fucking cup holder.
Yeah.
A shirt that's damaged just sitting in the front. Shirts are like $120, so they breaking in trying to get a sock if they could. They don't care.
Nah, but you were pretty much setting up shop downtown, hustling out the van. Walk me through the progression on how you grew the business to, because you don't have the downtown space anymore. That was like temporary, right?
What?
Your like a retail space downtown.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you still got it. So you have that and you got Melrose now.
Yes.
So you got 2 locations.
2.5, 2.53 locations.
That's crazy. So kind of walk me through how the brand really blew, because I feel like it really, really happened. It was always a thing where we would see people wearing it. We'd see like Adam wearing it or Pump wearing it. But like now it's like a legitimate, like you said, man, like, it was important for you to come up here and explain to people that you don't gotta sell drugs or play ball.
You don't gotta do none of that. Like, this is my thing. This is my whole testimony. This is what I want everybody to know. You do the same energy that these kids, these grown men, these women, any person is putting into trying to play a sport, which the likeliness of you making it into impossible. But you spend so much money, so much time, so much effort trying to be a basketball player, trying to be a football player, trying to play this, play soccer, play whatever. You spend so much time trying to be a rapper, trying to be a singer, playing for verses, paying for studio time, paying for engineers, traveling back and forth to the studio. If you put that same energy into a business, you could put that same energy into selling shoestrings. Now I'm going to every shoe convention, selling every person there my shoestrings. I'm making different shoestrings for different days, different holidays. If you put that same energy into making a business, you'll win. Now, how I started was, like I said, it came to the point where Pump was moving out of LA. He moved back to Miami. Adam, he still had no jumper, but he closed down the store and he moved to Burbank where he was just doing podcasts. Right. So it's like, do I want to just, jump into the field and stay riding with Adam? Do I want to go to Miami, stay riding with Pump? And it's like, no, I'm about to stay here in LA and start from the ground up. Because once people don't understand, once you hanging out with these high profile artists, even if you're their best friend, their best buddy, that's still their money, not yours.
Facts.
Yeah, you get free stuff. Yeah, you get a piece of something. You get the perks of it, but it's still theirs. Right. Like I can tell you from 2018 to 2019, I rolled in nothing less than a Mercedes-Benz. It wasn't mine. You know what I mean? I had new clothes, shoes, everything, but I didn't pay for them. I would go to the store with somebody and they'll buy like $20,000 worth of stuff, buy me 2 or 3 pair of shoes, buy me a shirt and some pants. Now, that's more than most people, but it's still not me with my hard-earned cash, because when I leave them, I don't have shit. So when he decided to leave, I just decided to stay here. And it basically started with, I knew I had this product that people wanted. I had about 80,000 followers. So I'm like, if I can just sell 1 or 2 hoodies a day, which is about $200-$300 a day, then that's eating. You know what I mean? So I hired me a driver, because I didn't even have a license. I didn't even have a car. Once Punch left, I didn't have shit to drive. So, I started off finding me a driver, one of my best buddies, Eddie, and I would literally all day long, hey, who want a hoodie on my story? Who want this? Who want that? I'll go through my requests, find 1 or 2 people, get their number, get their address, and then the next day I'll pull up on them. So I was doing that for about like 2 to 3 months. I did that so much that I moved out of my downtown apartment and got me and my girl a spot in Westchester. And I was doing all that off of just basically Instagram, finding people wearing my stuff, promoting my stuff. Like if I wear it, I'll know, I'll go through my comments Oh, I need that. Click. Boom. Okay, you in LA? Where are you at in LA? Okay, you here? Send me your address. I'm gonna pull up on you.
Wow.
And I'm gonna bring it. So I did that for about 2 or 3 months. Then it got to a point where like I would have so many people to pull up on, I wouldn't make it. And besides that, I was pulling up in some sketchy ass places,
sketchy ass places.
Like
for
you know,
sure.
I'm pulling up in like fucking like
you got gear, you got cash
like,
on you.
Yeah, I got money. I'm pulling up real nice. You know, sometimes people will send me the address next door to their house, and I'll pull up and I'll see like 6 people hopping out of a different address. I'm like, hold on, why they coming from back there to over here? But you know, in God's will, you know, it's always been good.
Yeah.
But then it just got to a point where I didn't even have enough stuff. We had like a 92 Nissan Sentra.
Oh, wow.
That's what we was riding around in. And then it got to the point where, and this is all right before the corona started and everything, but right before the corona started, like probably 3 months, 4 months before the corona started, it started being like, damn, bro, like I can't even carry enough stuff for people. I will pull up on one person, he'll want a 2X or 3X, then he'll have his boy who want another large and a small. Yeah. So it's like, bro, I can't carry all this in the Sentra. So then I invested in a van. Once I invested in a van, we would do the deliveries in a van, and we'll have more merchandise. But then what? This is when everybody was when people was running around picking up kids in vans. So it's like I'm running around getting my money in this van, getting put over 2 to 3 times a day because it's just a white van.
Right.
You know, they pulling me out, searching the whole van. So then it's just like, bruh, first of all, I can't make it to all these people. Second of all, I'm getting pulled over left and right. I don't have a license, you know. Like every time I pull over, I gotta switch seats with my boy. Like, hey, jump in the driver's seat, bro. Mm-hmm. Like they tripping. So then it just got to a point where Corona hit, and then more people wanted stuff. When Corona hit, all the stores was closed.
Yep.
You know, and another thing people didn't realize, once all the store closed, I mean, a lot of business was closed. Trap went up. It was more people selling more weed, more people selling this.
And EDD was booming.
And EDD was booming. Mm-hmm. So now it's like people are making more money with nowhere to spend it but these high-end stores, because like other stores was closed because that's when they was doing the break-ins and all of this, because that was right around the same time it was Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. So like a lot of stores closed down that wasn't black because people was kicking in the doors once the George Floyd shit happened.
Right.
So I just found a parking lot right next to my building that I didn't even pay for parking at the time because the workers wasn't there because it was Corona.
That's crazy.
So it got to a point where I'm like, yeah, just meet me right here downtown. Just meet me right here downtown.
Pull up to the van.
Yeah, pull up right here. I'm right here in this parking lot. Pull up on me. And that's when it was like, after that, like my worker wasn't with me. He was kind of sometimes with me, but I'll just be like, I got this now. So I'll literally park there all morning. Like I'll get there like 11, 10, park. Still go through my DMs. You want it? Hey, you got to pull up here and get it. You want it? You got to pull up here and get it. So then now they're pulling up to the van. They're pulling up to the van to grab it all day long.
Wow.
You know, and that's when it really started booming. You know, and then it got to a point where my manufacturer was closed. So I could still get the blanks, but I had nobody to print the stuff.
Them out, yeah.
So then I'm like, fuck it. I'm about to start doing my own printing. So I would sell the clothes during the day, and at night I would be in my apartment screen printing the shirts, screen printing the pants.
You bought your own screen printer.
Bought my own screen printer, own everything. It wasn't no middleman. Everybody was closed. You know, a business, if you stayed open, they'll tax your ass for staying open during the pandemic.
Yep. Everything was closed. So
now I'm making my own shit. Next day I'm going in the parking lot. If somebody come and they wanted something out of half, I'll make it the next night, take a deposit, give it to them the next day.
Yep.
You know, and then with that being said, stuff started opening back up. Everything started being cool. You know, I still had all these high-end friends and clients. So when they come to LA, I'm like, man, just pull up to the parking lot. I got you. So now you got like Pee Wee Longway, you got Lil Pump, you got Young Thug, you got Lil Duke, you got all these people pulling up to this parking lot buying stuff, and I'm actually recording it the whole time. So now the next person to see it and want to come to the parking lot themselves.
That's crazy.
So then from there, it's like the parking lot was booming. You got Corona going on, all of the stores is closed. Mm-hmm. I'm making all of the clothes by myself by hand. It's no competition because nothing else is open, and everybody had these EDD checks.
Everyone got money.
Everybody got money. So
you did like an awful lot of EDD.
Yeah, I made an awful lot of, because I consider myself high end streetwear
for sure.
And what's more about the streets than EDD?
For sure.
That was like the billboard for the streets.
I can't wait till that documentary comes out. Hey, what up, man? We got to interrupt the interview real quick to tell you about our family at Odd Socks. Now, when I be riding for Odd Socks so hard, man, it's because I really love the product. They got the most comfortable socks in the fucking world. I got a pair of Odd Socks basics on right now. Go get those. They got the socks, WWE joints, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to The Undertaker, Pepsi, motherfucking, really whatever you need. Some weed socks, Nickelodeon. But really, they got the draws now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm holding a pair of Tapatio underwear right now. You want some Pop-Tarts on your dick? Pop-Tart draws. And these motherfuckers are so comfortable. Like, man. So listen, you got to go to oddsocksofficial.com and use the promo code, the discount code BootlegKev at oddsocksofficial.com. You'll save 20% off underwear, the most comfortable socks in the world. Crazy licenses. Not only they got the WWE, they got the Scarface, they got the Street Fighter, they got the Nickelodeon, they got it all. So make sure you hit that website, oddsocksofficial.com. Save 20% off with the promo code BootlegKev. All right? Go do that. Shout out to Odd Socks. Let's get back to the interview.
Yeah,
when they do a documentary about the EDD and PPP shit, it's going to be a movie.
Because a lot of people won't know about it. It was really just a California thing.
That's real. Cali was
like
booming.
They had people from all over the world flying to Cali just to run EDD. It was like if you was a scammer, this is like your golden year. This is like the gold rush for scammers.
It was the gold rush, bro. There's people who I knew were broke as fuck that were riding around in like Maybach. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like all of the underdogs that really wasn't making it started making it because they had the time and they could do it. Mm-hmm. So it went from like me selling a few hoodies a day to me making like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 a day in the parking lot with no overhead.
No overhead, 10 bands a day, every day. Out the van.
No questions, out the van. I started hiring employees to work at the van, like kids that I could trust because it's dangerous out there. But the crazy part is I used to work at the parking lot selling. And then since it was nobody there, the lights never cut on. So after the lights had cut off, after it get dark in the parking lot, I would drive to Benny Hibachi and post next to their van. Because if you sip lean, you eat Benny Hibachi, you know about awful lot of cough syrup.
Of course.
So I would do like...
if for people who don't know, you go downtown to Benny Hibachi, that shit's booming.
Yeah.
You'll be like, anybody who's in town grabbing work or whatever, they're all at Benny Hibachi.
Benny Hibachi with an awful lot of cough syrup tracksuit on.
Straight up.
So I will park right there and just sell to their clients and vice versa. You know, people will pull up to buy stuff from me and go to them.
Yeah.
You know, then I think it got around like you said, people started breaking into the van. The parking people started coming back after Corona. They started telling me I can't park there. Then I buy like 5, 6, 7 parking spots. Now, what's the problem now? And then they're like, okay, this is a parking lot. You can't have your clothes just set up in the parking lot with tables and stuff. So then I bought another van. I would keep one of them, would keep the merchandise as storage. The other one, I'll have like displays out. So when they pull up, so it's like if you just drive past, you wouldn't see nothing but 2 vans. But if you know, this is really where you get the awful lot of cough syrup at. And with that being said, me dealing with all these high-end artists, they'll post it on their gram and it'd be like a hidden gem that you can't get to. Like, where's this at? Like, nobody posts an address, but I see everybody in this parking lot in downtown LA with Dubb. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I never would really post the address. People want to know.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah, you got to figure it out. So from there, I got it just was so much getting broken into. Police starting to harass me. I think like I had a few robberies down there where people would like follow my clients and rob them because they know like I'm big dogs really put down there spending like $2,000-$3,000 on cough syrup.
Yeah,
and it's one of them things where you'll buy it because when you go home, your homie wants it, or you can sell it to your homie for more.
Right.
You know? So then I got an opportunity to get a store on Melrose. I met a guy. He was like, hey, I got a store. You know, with the Corona, I only got to pay 25% of the rent right now. I don't want to be in here. We're good until for 6 months. If you give me 6 months worth of rent, you know, the rent is like probably like $6,000-$7,000. Just give me like $2,500-$3,500 a month and I'll let you keep it. But you got to pay it all up front. So then I'm like, all right, well, I'll give them like 15 bands. Mm-hmm. 15 bands, I was supposed to be good for like 5-6 months. You know what I mean? Second month, they start cutting the lights off in the building on Melrose.
Fuck.
They locked the front door, changed the locks on the front door. You know what I mean? But this is still Corona, so you really technically can't lock people out. You know what I mean? But then it just got to a point where I had so much inventory in there and they just like, look, after this date, we're going to lock the doors and have this was a letter from the sheriffs. We're going to lock the doors and you're not going to be able to get anything out. So that was like February. I was literally only there for like a month, but within that month, I probably made like $1 million.
Wow.
Just being on Melrose.
Jesus.
Like probably 2 months to be exact, 2 months. By the third month, I was like, I got to get up out of here. You know what I mean? So By the third month, it's like, fuck, I really gotta leave. I'm looking for different locations. I'm searching. You know, they're still trying to cut the lights off. They got the landlord is coming down. You know, so by exactly like the fourth month, I found downtown. I got signed the lease for downtown, right next to the parking lot that I used to sell out of.
So it was all right there.
All right
kind of
there.
worked out.
Yeah. So then I got that spot. Then like once I got that spot, a week later, somebody hit me back for a spot on Melrose. Another spot on Melrose. So then I took that one too.
Wow. Well, you have the old On Some Shit, right?
Yeah. So so On Some Shit was the first building. I have Next Door and Next Door.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So the middle building I got in the third one.
And you kind of started selling in front of his store, right?
That's where I started. That's before when I was still on tour with Pump.
Yeah.
I would get up on Sundays and just post in front of Adam's store because everybody know me there.
Yeah, and everybody was pulling up because they were like wanting to run into whoever
That's what they do. They pull up there to run into whoever's popular or something first. Oh, Dubb, yeah, okay, you know me. You want a hoodie? I got these new hoodies.
Yeah.
You know, even on my gram, you still see to this day I don't delete nothing. You can see when I was still there, selling in front of Adams.
And now you got the spot.
Now I got the spot. Now I got two of the spots.
That shit's crazy, man. Now I just think it's dope because I've been just watching the progression. And like I was in Miami and shout out to Ghazi. We were at his birthday party and Future walks in wearing the hat. And I was like, man, look at this guy, man.
That was like one of the biggest things for me in Future War because it's like without Future and Codeine Crazy, there'll be no awful lot of cough syrup.
Facts.
Like I was listening to March Madness when I got put over.
Wow.
Like on repeat, bro. I was listening to nothing. That was when Future was going Monster, March Madness,
56 Nights.
56 Nights. Like he was going so crazy, bro. I was on repeat. If it wasn't for Future, it wouldn't be no awful lot of cough syrup.
What for you, like who's been somebody who supported? I mean, first of all, you've been doing a bunch of collabs. You talked about Benny Abachi. You just did a collab with them. You just did West Coast Customs.
So this was my thing. Once I got the store on Melrose, my game plan was, and I just got the store. I just got the store in January this month. That was the first store. Then I got kicked out in like April. Then I got downtown in May. And then by the end of May, I got the other Melrose store. So this is all, don't think like this took like literally within a month, I went from a parking lot to like buying $1 million crib, owning a Rolls Royce, having three commercial stores, you know, like within like 9 to 10 months, I did all of that. You know what I mean? So I just be wanting people to think like, you know, at that time, I kind of like, I think it really went crazy after I just told myself like, look, I know how to rap. I know how to make music, but it's really a hobby at this time. It's a hobby. I'm spending money on recording. I'm spending money on entertaining artists. I'm spending money on, I slowed down on making music and put more time into the clothes.
Okay, because you were rapping, you were doing.
Yeah, I still rap. I got a whole mixtape with Hit Boy right now. We just dropped our first single like 2-3 weeks ago.
You kind of just put more effort into, hey, look, this clothes. I mean, because look, at the end of the day, if you're pulling, even if you're making $5,000 a day in that parking lot, like early, right? Imagine making 10, like getting to the point where you're like, damn, I'm making 10 grand now. This is fucking crazy. And then you go to that Melrose spot for however long it was, $1 million in a month. This is a astronomical amount of money.
Crazy amount of money.
And then with the price point, your margins got to be crazy.
Yeah. And then like I said, like once I got, like I told myself when I go to Melrose, like this is my whole plan. The year before I left, like the year before the parking lot, it was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make $1 million this year. $1 million a year is only $3,000 a day. Now, just because you made $1 million that year, that don't mean you're gonna have $1 million.
Yeah, because you got overhead.
Yeah. So after the first year of me, and I knew I could make $1 million, the next year, I'm like, I gotta make more than $1 million so I can put $1 million up.
You want to have $1 million in the bank.
Yeah, I want to have $1 million in the bank. So then now I'm like, how do I do that? How do I expand my clothing line? I do collabs. Once I get this storefront, I'm gonna do a collab every month. That means I'm gonna exchange my customers with other people's customers. You know, if you got a clothing line, we do a collab, you get mine, I get yours. But one thing that they're gonna know that this is where you need to go to get it. So I went from doing collabs every month to where like now I'm doing a collab like every 2 weeks.
Who all have you done collabs with so far? I mean, you've done a lot, so.
Like I said, I did 2 collabs with Young Thug. I'm about to do a collab with Gunna. I did a collab with my boy Asali. I did a collab with Benny Hibachi. I did a collab with No Jumper. I did a collab with West Coast Customs. I did a collab with Runts. Who else? That's like 6.
A lot.
It's a lot. Exotic Pop, you know, I grinded so hard and I've been messing with Exotic Pop. They gave me my own soda. It's probably one of their number one sodas everywhere. You can see it in any smoke shop, liquor store, grocery market, anywhere, any place. Detroit, LA, Atlanta, Texas, New York, they're everywhere. You know what I mean? Who else? I'm working on some stuff with Travis Barker.
Are you like interested in, because I think what makes your shit so fire and what
Ethica. Did a collab with Ethica.
Shout out to Ethica. It's an interesting place over there.
Yeah.
But you've done, like, you're able to sell the shit you sell at the price point you're selling it, not only because it's fly, but also because it's hard to come by. Like,
hard to come by, and the people that's wearing it.
Right. So my question to you is, are you doubling down on the exclusivity of like what you're doing, or to, like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, Zoomies comes to the table and they're like, we want to put your shit in our store. Is that something you would even entertain at this point?
See, this is the thing. Yes, I would. For a minute, I would say like, no, I wouldn't. But this is the thing. When people are like, oh, you're doing a lot of collabs. Oh, it's not as rare as it was. Bro, these collabs, I'm not doing 1,000 pieces. All these collabs are limited runs.
Right.
If you didn't get it at the pop-up, you'll probably never see it.
You just did something with Vezo?
Just did some shit with Icewear Vizzo.
Yeah.
There's so many collabs where it's like, I can't even keep up, but it's like, it's so limited. You know what I mean? Like me and Vizzo, we probably only made about 100 pieces. You know what I mean? Like we making like enough to go online, to go here, to go there. No,
you gotta pull
most
up.
of these pieces you gotta pull up, and then it creates the demand for it. And if the demand is high enough, I might redo it and put it online. But besides that, bro, if you don't get it in person, now I do have items that I reprint. You know, like certain T-shirts, certain T-shirt styles. Like I have a flip of a Waffle House shirt. That's constantly on my website. That's constantly in my store. It's a shirt. But certain hoodies and certain stuff like that, you can't get it. You know what I mean? Like this hoodie right here. Like if you don't get it when it's online and it pop up within a month, it's gone
forever.
You know what I mean?
Do you see, like, does your shit like end up on eBay and like end up on like StockX and all that?
I was in Webster's. I was in Fred Siegel. Like that shit is everywhere. Like
wow.
And it's not on StockX, but I see it on Holy Grail. You know, it holds its value. I had to go to this Second Street store on Melrose. They were buying my stuff and reselling it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And the thing about it, they was buying fake shit. That's how high the demand is. I walked in and I seen fake shit that they was buying and they were selling. Like, bro, it's not even cough syrup. Like, it's not even my brand. I never made this shirt in my life.
Wow.
So it holds its value, has a great resale value, has a great resale value out of town. Out of town, people are selling my shirts for $300, $350.
Are you still handling the production yourself?
Handling everything. Every piece of shirt that you done wore, I done touched it, I done designed it, I done did something to it. There's nothing that go past me without these hands touching it.
That's crazy, man. Now, I think it's dope because, like you said, man, I just think that like being an entrepreneur in hip hop is sometimes feels so far away and like when we think of entrepreneurs in hip hop or in the culture, we think of like Jay-Z or we think of like Nas, like invested in Ring and like, but like you is to me, like your story is a perfect example of anybody, no matter where you're at in life, it's not hard to get from a 92 Sentra to a fucking Bentley or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not, and that's the thing. People aren't directing their energy and their time in the right place, bruh. Like everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to play sports, bruh. Do something else. Just try it. You've been rapping for what, 3-4 years? What, to just get a few views on YouTube that pays you pennies on the fucking, to get some shit on SoundCloud, to get some shit on iTunes.
Yeah.
When, bro, if you just take that same energy and push your own clothing line, push your own merch.
Was it hard for you initially to like just figure out the, like we're in LA, so there's the garment district. Like it's not hard to get wholesale shit.
No, it's not. I used to wake up every morning. Not every morning, but every time I wake up early, I'll just go downtown to like, it's between 14th and Main and 17th and Main. And then it goes from Maine, Los Angeles, Santa Fe, all of them. Bro, you can literally, it's people. Besides me, there's people that go there. All these girls with them online boutiques, they go there, buy the stuff, sell the stuff. All these little spots.
Yeah, there's like spots like, I'm from Phoenix. So there's girls who open up boutiques in Phoenix and all they do is come to LA.
Buy stuff, pennies on the dollar.
And they just, little dresses, all that shit.
So it's like I used to just wake up and just walk downtown and see what I can put my logo on. Like today I'll go on the block. I'll walk in that store, see what y'all got. Walk in the next store, see what y'all got. Okay, can I get one of those? I'll go back, make samples, and then I'll go back and buy more. But like that would be a part of my routine. I would wake up, go downtown, restock on whatever blanks I can, open up the van, sell them pieces. Then at night, I'll make new pieces, post them on my gram so people can see what's coming out tomorrow. Then the next day, it'll be for sale.
Bro, it's so crazy because the reason why I love your story is because, look, when I was in high school, the reason I got the name Bootleg Kev was because from the ages of 16 to about 19, I was at the swap meet every Saturday and Sunday in Phoenix. Remember when the picture tees used to be popping with the heat presses?
Yep.
I was running 3 heat presses at the same time, doing the Scarface picture tees, the Tupac mugshot tees, all that shit. Meanwhile, getting all the bootleg dunks from fucking China, getting all the bootleg purses from China, all the bootleg NFL jerseys from China. And I had that shit booming. But I literally be out there in my fucking Pathfinder with heat presses and a fucking PC. Motherfuckers will pull up like, yo, I want this on a shirt.
Let's
like,
go.
cool, come back in 30 minutes. I have your shirt ready. You know what I'm saying? And like, the hardest part was figuring out where to get blank shirts and all that shit. But once you figure that shit out, bro, like there's really no excuse, man. Like, and I just think that like that kind of like story isn't glorified enough, bro. Like, and we always look at rappers and the quick come up and
everybody want that
and the clout and the fame and all that shit. I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, what matters is like financial stability. Like,
no matter how you get it, and sometimes you just gotta go a different route. Like you, it's probably like whoever watching this, you sitting at home doing whatever you're doing. You feel me? Let's say you sitting at home just watching this TV on your couch, and you drink a soda, you put it down. Oh, why don't we have coasters? Now, let's say I'm not saying you gonna become rich off of just coasters. It's about your mindset too. It's about making a better coaster. It's about putting more time in the coaster. It's about promoting these coasters.
I mean, you said shoelaces. There's literal companies who kill it in the shoelace game.
Like you can go and just like, okay, hey, you're like, just, it don't even gotta be a big person. You can have a friend, pick your friend with the most followers. Tell him you want to make that person a shoelace. Have them promote that shoelace today, 10,000, 20,000, whatever. Now out of that, you're gonna get people buying it. Find somebody else. You're gonna get more people buying it. Find another person. Now you're growing your people and you're growing a catalog of shoelaces. You can do that with anything, bro. Pencils, coasters. My boy Exotic Pop just did it with sodas.
Yeah, no, he's killing it.
Did it with sodas.
The Exotic Pop shit is booming.
He went and just started getting stuff that people already use from different places, using these artists to promote it. Once this artist drink it, now all his fans want it. Where do they have to go back to get it? Through you.
Yep.
Now you're giving these artists their own sodas. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, there's so many ways y'all can get it. Just stop trying to follow everybody else. Sometimes you just need to see how they do it and take that and do it your own way. Hats. I know a homie right now killing it at hats. He's buying regular hats, spray painting on them, putting his design on them, selling them.
Cracking fools for him. Nah, even like the stitch joints, like, they're like you said, you just got to find your lane. I mean,
then just keep going at it. Go from just first you just buying a hat, putting a little something on it. Now get your packaging together. Now get your labels together. Yeah. Now get your photography up. Now get your promotion together. Now, once you got a little money, pay people to wear it. Pay models to wear it. You know what I mean? Pay people to do commercials for it.
Bless the right people with your shit. You know what I mean?
And it's going to grow. I promise you. It's going to grow faster than your music career.
It's crazy because obviously with guys like Thug who have been big supporters of you, like when Thug pulls up, do you just bless him?
What? Thug gets everything when it first comes out, whether he like it or not.
Boom.
Soon as I make it, he damn near gets the samples. Some samples he get, if he wear it, I will not make it just because it's just for him.
That's fine.
Like I had a lot of people wear it, but a lot of people aren't as influential as him. I can promise you that guy firsthand has helped me make majority of the money I make today. Cause it's not like, okay, Thug put it on, I'm selling a lot of more hoodies to all of these people. No. once Thug put it on, the people that I already know is buying it faster.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
if I only got 10 people,
now they know Thug's on. Oh, shit.
I want that's my boy. Hey man, I need that one. Now they're buying it faster, and now that they're buying it faster, people are seeing them in it. And when he put it on, it turns from just being a t-shirt that I wear to support the homie to drip. So now people really trying to like top him, and it's not even just him, because it's like, if you notice, Thug don't be posting pictures of my shit. He don't have to.
Right.
He really doesn't have to, because the people around him that are so big that see him wearing it, I'll get a text from whoever like, oh, you must have seen Thug in it. That's why you hitting me up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once he started wearing it, all of these people that already knew me wanted it more and faster and quicker.
Makes sense, man. Have you had any bigger retail people reach out, or you think of like a clothing line like Cookies, right? Shout out to Burner. Cookies is fucking.
Burner was one of the first people to talk to me about doing a collab. It never went together, but
whole lot of that's an awful lot of cookies. It'd be crazy.
Lot of cookies, bro. Been waiting on it.
But obviously he figured out a way to scale it to where it's obviously their shirts are $35, not $120, but he's really mastered. We just had him on the podcast last week. He said that Cookies is the clothing line, $60 million a year, which is crazy. Have you had interest in like people coming in trying to maybe either like a big retailer or someone trying to come in and like partner with you to take it to another level?
Well, no, not like I said. I'm in Fred Siegel's.
That's a big Sunset deal. Big deal.
Yeah, Fred Siegel's. I'm in Webster's in Miami, and they have like 2 or 3 other stores that carry my stuff. But then again, like I don't give them too much. Like I still I'm kind of old school. I'm sorry. I like to control my own stuff. I have a few buddies that got a clothing line called Tuliness. They don't do retail. They don't do wholesale. They don't do nothing. Everything that they do goes through them in their warehouse and their things. So like I kind of like that. You know what I mean? I like being a majority shareholder, the only person with the most. You know what I mean? So like people really feel that, because I feel like since I haven't spreaded my wings all the way out, that it just makes people want to come in more, because it's like he could really go there. I can go to Tilly's right now, get a deal where my shit is in all Tilly's.
But you wait it out, man. Build your leverage up more.
I don't need to.
I'm saying like Leo, 2-3 years from now, you get that mother offer where you're like, okay, I'm good for life now.
Let's go.
Come on, man.
Let's go. I'm waiting for the right one, but.
So you and Hit Boy putting out a project together. Like for people who don't know, you're from the same area as Nipsey, right?
Yes, sir.
So you and Nipsey, like, I know when he passed that hurt you a lot, but like, how was your guys' relationship? You say you tattooed him in the past.
Nip was one of the first people with a platform that believed in me, whatever I did. Now I told you I would do music. He fuck with my music. I made clothes before Awful Lot of Cough Syrup. He fucked with my clothes. I did other things. I did tattoos. He fucked with my tattoos. He just always said, whatever you got, bro, you got it, and you need to run with it. Like you know what I mean? He was the first person to start inviting me to the studio. Like, hey, come over here. I want you to be a part of this. We doing it. We filming this. I want you to come here. Hey, Double O, I need you here for this. Hey, Double O, I need you here for that. So like, for somebody smaller, when you have somebody with such a platform believing in you, it kind of just gives you that extra like energy to keep going.
Motivation. You know sometimes what I mean? It's hard to keep going if money ain't coming in.
He low key motivated me to keep going until I find my right little itch and twitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anything I ever did, he supported it the fullest.
What did you tattoo on Nip?
I did the S on his face. I did all A and B on his back. I did when he finally got off probation. I did finally free on his hands. And that was pretty it. I did like 3 tattoos on that.
What did you do on Pump?
On Pump, I did a gang of shit on Pump, bro.
You got a lot of tattoos.
With so many tattoos. It was a point where we were overseas doing tour, bro. Every night we would tat Esketit, you know what I mean, in different languages on our arms and on other people. Wow. So if we're in Switzerland, we'll get Esketit in Switzerland. If we're in fucking Portugal, we'll get in Spain. You know what I mean? Like we're just going crazy. You know what I mean? I would have my tat gun, I would have my clothes everywhere I went.
Yeah, the Esketit thing was I know a girl who does radio who got it tattooed on her wrist. She got Esketit in her hair. I was like, yo.
Bro, I was tatting that on everybody in sight. Like if you wanted to get it, I would give it to you.
Free tattoos.
Free tattoos.
That's crazy.
It's legendary.
Yeah, it is legendary. Would you ever open like a tattoo shop?
For sure.
Yeah.
Already in the works of it. It's just right now, So this is my biggest thing. I'm doing clothes. Clothes is so popping right now. I'm about to do a collab with Backpack Boys. I'm about to do a collab with Alien Labs. I'm doing a collab with all of these people.
Alien Labs, that's the laptops, right?
No, Alien Labs. That's Connected.
Okay.
Connected and Alien. That's a weed company.
What am I? Oh, I'm thinking of Alienware.
Alienware.
That's what I'm thinking of.
So the thing is, it's like, okay, let's say all of these people are coming to me to do collabs. I mean, they like what I got. They like my material. They like everything. So I started an agency. So now after you come and you do a collab with me, let me design your merch.
Yeah.
Let me run your merch. Let me take this burden off of your shoulders. Let me do your distribution. Let me do your designs. Let me do your mock-ups. Let me do everything for you. And since you know I know what they like. You can tell I know what they like. It's enough of this shit to go around. So it go from doing a collab with somebody to taking over their merch to where it gets to the point where I'm making money in the background.
I was gonna say, once you build that agency up to be really like consistent and you have that, I mean, with all the relationships you have, there's no reason why, yo, Thug, let me handle your merch. Yo, Pump, let me do the merch.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I just know, they like where you seen me go from zero to hero.
Yeah.
So I know the placements, I know what they like. So I'm just using that to my advantage right now.
That's big, man. Shit, dude. I just think like your story's so inspiring. So I think like for anybody who's, like we talked about, you down and out or you just don't know, like, at the end of the day, man, not every, like, and luckily for you, like what you're doing is cool, is hip, is in, but like just the idea of building a business doesn't always have to be glamorous. It's not easy, but if you put 1,000% into anything, like your chances are that it's gonna work out.
It's a bigger chance of it working out and you and making some type of money than a lot of these other things
like
that people put their time.
If you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like it's not gonna work. You got to be 10 toes down.
But just think, how hard is it to pay $6 for a shirt and sell it for even $30? It's not that hard. Now you do that 20 times. You do that 100 times. You do that 150 times. That's all residual income, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can still do whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. But you're going to see that putting more time and effort into this, I suggest everybody to have some type of merch.
Oh, for sure.
I suggest everybody, any person that has any type of platform, I suggest that they have any type of merch, whether it's a t-shirt, whether it's a beanie, whether it's a hoodie that you drop every other month, every 6 months. It's free money, people.
I feel like you should do a collab with the Full Send guys on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's an awful lot of Full Send would be crazy.
That's fine. I just ran across them guys too.
Them dudes bro, they do millions.
After this year though, like I'm telling you, like after this year, I'm probably done with like doing collabs with rappers.
Yeah. Because you've done the big ones.
Yeah, it's like I might move on to pop. I'm looking at licenses and shit. Like I want to do an awful lot of spinach. I want to do some shit with Popeye. You know what I mean? Like it's bigger things out there than the rappers. You know what I mean?
Facts,
I just tested the waters working with like food companies, and
the West Coast Customs thing was kind of
that's a company. You know what I mean? That's a car shop. You know what I mean? So like I'm just trying different things, but still keeping it going. It ain't gotta all just be wrapped around rap. You know what I mean? I want to do some shit about video games. That's an awful lot of Madden. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. We just use some of the everywhere. Doing some stuff with my boy Cool Kai. He got a shoe company. You know what I mean? A collab with a shoe company.
Talk real quick. Plug the album with Hit Boy.
Oh, awful lot of hits. Me and Hit Boy. It's an album we made about a year ago. Every beat is slamming. All of this shit is going crazy. We just dropped the first single, awful lot of hits. We're about to drop another one, Intense, and it's really just songs just about my life and like me going from like being like a hustler to like being like a businessman. You know what I mean? In these LA streets.
Hey man, congrats, bro. You're killing it, bro. The clothes are fire. You got the so. I mean, look, man. Tap in. I love the fact you got the van. Show everyone the chain, man.
You can't never forget where you came from.
And you still got the van. Oh, wait, they tricked the van out at West Coast Customs.
Oh, the van is on 24s. The van is painted. The van is wrapped. The van is on airbags. That motherfucker will sit down to the ground like a little kid throwing a temper tantrum.
You never gonna get rid of that van.
Never gonna. That van to me is like the Statue of Liberty in New York. Like it's a LA staple. I done had that van I done had that van during the pandemic. I done had that van in the riots. I done had that van in the protests. I done had that van when.
Did you pull up to the protests and with gear ready to go?
I put not with gear. I just pulled up to the protest with the van, and I'm like letting protesters sit on top of my van while I'm driving, and we're honking, for freedom, for equality, for all that. You know what I mean? That That's van big, is like an avid part of the community. You know what I mean? Just all of the people that would come down when I was in that parking lot and take pictures to it, I'll never get rid of it.
Did you document a lot of this stuff?
Everything is documented.
So like in the parking lot, trapping, you got...
Bro, I can go through my archives right now. I can go for days. And besides that, I don't delete posts.
Yeah, you gotta put a little docu-series out once it makes sense, man.
Yeah. I'm looking for it. I just gotta find the right person. But my story, I just want to inspire people, bro. I just want people to like for a lot of times, because you think you either gotta sell dope. You know what I mean? You got these are most people options as a kid, because I went through it. First option is go to college. Mm-hmm. That only works if you have some money, or you're super smart, or you can sit there, because it's hard as fuck to go to college.
You also could go to college, get a 4-year degree, and end up a broke ass adult.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Paying back college loans and then working at some bullshit job.
First one is college. The second one is trapping. Mm-hmm. Tried that. Got my ass booked. I spent 3 years in jail on Christmas. I didn't see Christmas for 3 years trying to trap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After trapping. Then in LA, breaking in and stealing, pimping. It's sports. Then it's rap. You don't have to do none of those, bro. Start a business, grind, put work into it. You know what I mean?
Get a fucking vending machine. Do
Get anything, bro. Like, it's all type of stuff besides those, but that's like, those are the ones that everybody glorifies.
It's like my son's about to turn 16, and all I'm getting him I'm going to spend like $500 on candy bars and chips and shit for him to take to school and sell.
That's where I started.
It's literally, that's what he's getting for his birthday.
That's where I started. I used to be the kid that they used to pick up, and they used to drop us off in front of banks and in front of like different stores with the box of candy, and like, excuse me, sir, do you want to buy some candy? Well, it's dollar candies. We selling it for like $5.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Now, my son's like, yo, in Burbank, they don't got like a lot of these healthy ass motherfuckers that fucking.
They took that out to school a long time ago.
Vending machines are trash. There ain't no so. I'm like, bro, I mean, look, I'm gonna give him a little. Hey, look, instead of me because he wanted money, and I was like, why don't I just give you? I'm gonna give you the option to turn 500 into 1,000. But let's see what you're made of. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if you like your pops. You know
I did that for my brother this year. Like, I buy him stuff, all type of stuff. He loses jewelry. He wrecked cars. So for this year, I went and bought him some merch.
Boom.
Bought him some merch. You sell this. Since they like my stuff so much, you're my little brother. They're going to think you're mine.
Yep.
They're going to think this, oh, your brother made this? This is awful lot of cough syrup?
Yep.
Okay.
Run it
buy
up.
that.
Yep. Go hustle this shit. Listen, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. Desto Dubb, my guy.
Awful lot of bootleg. Stop playing with us.
Let's go.